What in the world is this thing? This is suspicious. Oh yeah. Look at that. Woo! Now that's a find. Oh, jeez. Hey guys, so I'm actually on my way, well, I was on my way to the harbor to try to do a kayak beach clean. And of course I got there and I realized that I forgot my paddle. So long story short, I went home and then I realized I don't have a paddle. So who knows where that went to or ended up over the past year or so. So I'm on a quest now to try to find a new paddle. And there's actually an inflatable kayak store, I think, right up the road from me, not too far out of the way, on the way back to the harbor to do some kayaking. So I'm gonna check them out, see if they do have a paddle I can purchase, and if so, hopefully be able to get out on the harbor to do some adventuring, some beach clean adventuring, because it is finally a smokeless day out here. We've had the wildfire smoke the last few days, and the conditions are optimal right now for kayaking. It's a little overcast, pretty cool out, not much wind, exactly what I want in a kayak adventure. So yeah, if we can get the paddle, we'll head on out and see what trash we can find in some normally inaccessible but very kayak accessible places. Inflatable boats and kayaks. Let's hope they have paddles too. All right, success. Yes, I know it's wrapped in plastic, and it is, it's aluminum, but the fins I think are plastic. Hey look, if you want to send me a wooden paddle, I will accept your wooden paddle donations. But until then, I gotta buy what they have to sell, and they happen to have that paddle, which was cool. They had a few really nice looking ones. I probably should have just splurged on the nice looking ones, but again, we here at Professor Lab's beach cleaning are on a bit of a budget these days, as is many of us. And who knows, I might find a paddle while out there beach cleaning. I've found parts of paddles before, so there's always that hope. But yeah, anyways, so this is perfect. There's still plenty of sunlight. The tide, I think, is just getting to the high tide mark, so we should have plenty of time to get out there and try to explore some unseen spots that we haven't been to before. There's a nice little harbor, basically a town or two over from me, and they got a kayak spot down there. They have kayak racks that you can rent for the season. So yeah, let's go unload that baby and see what we can find. Of course, as soon as I get here and I start to put together my paddle to bring down to the water, the dark, ominous clouds roll in. I don't know that it's supposed to rain. I heard there might be thunderstorms at like 8, and I don't want to be swinging this aluminum paddle around anywhere near thunderstorms. But maybe I can get better service by the water. I can't check the weather, so this might be a short outing. We'll see how the clouds develop. So I was able to actually get some service as I'm walking down to the water, and the forecast actually says a chance of thunder showers after 8 p.m. So I think it's like 4:30 now, which means we have a little bit of time. But yeah, that's probably one of my worst nightmares, being out on open water and thunderstorms roll in faster than you expect. So yeah, maybe just go out for an hour or two. It's starting to already look ominous. But I've been wanting to kayak all season since the weather started getting nice. I just haven't had the chance yet. So this might be the chance, albeit a slim one. So we'll try to get out for at least an hour. But yeah, if I hear even the slightest rumble, you're gonna see some all-star professional Olympic grade paddling back to the shore. but let's keep our paddles crossed that that's not the case. So of course, in typical bonehead fashion, I forgot to bring my trash picker. So that should add another 5 minutes closer to the thunderstorms, because I have to walk back to my car to get that and the bag while I'm at it. I normally don't like to beach clean with the bag, but I think in this case, it's gonna make getting stuff out in the reeds and marshes a little bit easier. So I'm gonna sacrifice a trash bag for this particular situation until I can figure out a better system for kayak cleaning. But yeah, of course I forgot all of that because it's almost like my hands are full or something. But let's keep moving ahead of those storms, like I said. There she blows. I can already see some trash as I'm walking along in these sort of harborside reeds, which is exactly what I want to be looking for, just out farther in the harbor and places that aren't on the road like this. So sort of a good sign, I guess, at least that there's trash to be found. So yeah. All right, here she is, old Reliable. I've had this kayak for, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 years now. We'll see if it's seaworthy still, but it's held up pretty good so far. Of course, I always seem to get the top rack in these kayak racks, which I wouldn't mind if I was 6'2", but I'm not. So it's a bit of a pain to get it up and down, but better than nothing. So let's try to pop this down. And the good news is the water's right here. So we just slide right on into the harbor, which is pretty sweet. Whew. That looked easy, it's not. But I didn't crush myself, so that's good. Oh my God. So I haven't used this kayak in a year, and there was already an old trash picker inside the bowels stored away. That's hilarious. This is definitely a daring adventure because I also haven't cleaned out this kayak, which I probably really should do because there's probably at least spiders in there, which I'm not a fan of, probably ticks, which I'm definitely not a fan of, but there might be some stomping and thrashing on the way. Speaking of, I don't know how to film a kayak beach clean without dropping my camera in the water, but I'm gonna stop complaining. This is great weather. The sun has come out even as the ominous clouds continue to spread. We got sun for now, so let's just focus on getting this in the water while we can. Yeah, I don't know if you can quite see, but there's a lot of shallows here. So I gotta really navigate, because the last thing you wanna do is get sort of stuck on a patch of dirt or something and have to get out and get your feet soaked. But that's good, because it means I might even find stuff under the water here, which is pretty cool. I see clamshells and other debris, horseshoe crab shell over there. No trash yet, but I'm sure it's out here. All right, here we go. Exactly what I'm talking about. That's a broken beer bottle. And there's surely other stuff like that out here. Really cool. You gotta be really careful in a kayak not to flip yourself leaning in and out, so trash picker definitely comes in handy. So normally I wouldn't pick up a bottle like this one, but it's not cracked, so I'm not worried about it cutting through my bag and cutting me. So whole bottles like this, might as well take out. Not much you can do with it. I don't know if you can glass recycle it, but it's a start. Here we go. Oh, nice little trash foam bit. That's a good piece to pick out of the reeds. So against my better judgment in these reeds here, I see a lot of cans and bottles that are just floating on top. And I say against my better judgment because normally I wouldn't go into this stuff because I don't know how deep this is and if I'll get sort of stuck, but it's such good pickings, I have to go for it. So wish me luck. I stand corrected, it's not worth going for it because I can't actually row through these thick reeds. So I'm gonna try to find a way around. I see some more plastic floating over sort of one of the innermost parts of the harbor. So let's see if we can get to some of that instead. Woo, now we're cruising. Not bad. Let's see if we can grab this sneaky guy over here. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, so this is a pretty fresh piece of trash. You know, I wasn't expecting to find so much stuff in these reeds that are all along really this part of the harbor. But this is fantastic. This is great stuff to get because otherwise, if it doesn't wash up somewhere on a normal beach, it's gonna wind up just getting lost within the actual live reeds themselves, and that's none too good. So this is a good type of piece to get. So hopefully we find a bit more like this. You know, I was kind of hoping to find like patches of beach that I could actually walk out on and do some cleaning there, but I'll take this all day, picking up pieces out of the sort of watery areas. So that's good to find, like I said. Ugh, been attacked by reeds. They're stabbing at me. All right, I'm going. Of course, as it gets a little later in the afternoon, I'm realizing as well that I forgot my bug spray. And of course, when do the bugs come out? Now. And when don't I have my bug spray? Of course, now. So this is definitely the beta test for kayak beach cleaning. We'll have more well put together adventures hopefully moving forward, but so far so good overall. Yeah, it's a shame there's such big pieces in these reeds that I just can't really get to because the water gets so clouded. If you look over here, there's a big piece of foam that I would love to haul out. I might try anyways, but we'll see if we can get through it. Here, I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about trying to row into this. It just gets so sort of thick. Yeah, I can't. See, I just start to get stuck as they push up against each other. Yeah, I'm kind of not going anywhere anymore. That's a shame. Yeah, I see some really big foam pieces in here, so I'm gonna have to think of something else moving forward to come back and haul out these pieces. Maybe a bigger picker or something, because this is just like A grade in terms of the types of trash you want to be picking out of these environments. You know, it's kind of frustrating sometimes because, ooh, crap, because you'll pick up like 50 or 60 of those little blue foam pieces like I found, and then you find one of those kind of big bits and you're like, oh, well, that equals all the work I did today. But that's why it's so important to get those out when you can. But yeah, it's no surprise that those types of pieces haven't been taken out yet, because anybody else who's kayaking and maybe doing their due diligence and trying to pluck this stuff out, they might be having trouble getting to it like I am. But let's go around the ring of this harbor here and see what else, you know, maybe at least little bits like that plastic Tupperware we can at least recover. Oh, I see some bags floating, that's good. Oh, this is heavy. That is a sack of mucky harbor water right there. Empty that out before putting it in our collection. There we go. Good as trash. Oh yeah, there's the mother load. Can I get to that? These reeds are just so thick. You know, I'm trying to reach in with my paddle too to at least dislodge some of these bigger bits, but there's really a lot working against me. First of all, the paddle's not great for that, and even reaching in that far, I'm sort of a little concerned because it really rocks the boat. And again, this is not where you want to capsize in this mucky area. It could be really hard actually to get back in because of how mucky the bottom of the harbor is here. And more importantly as well, the ticks here are just apocalyptic. Long Island, where I live in Beach Clean, is tick ground zero of the world. And I know so many people who have had Lyme's disease and really bad complications from it. They can't eat certain foods anymore, dairy, gluten, all sorts of things. So you never know how that stuff affects you. And I always say with beach cleaning in general, you know, you want to do what you can, you want to do the most that you can, but you're never going to get it all, right? So what you want to try to do is do a little bit. There's a great saying that we don't need 10% of people doing 90% of the effort. We need 90% of people doing 10% effort, or something like that. I'm probably botching that, but I think the spirit of that quote is true in the sense that every bit that you do, it does count. Every bit you share that you found with somebody, you inspire them to do a little bit, that helps as well. So might only get a few big pieces or even little pieces today, but it's the start. It's early in the kayak season, rest assured, and the trash season, unfortunately. I can see a foam piece like 100, 200 yards away. I feel like I have to go investigate. I'm gonna get one of these, I'm telling you. Let's check it out, but it looks like it's in those reeds again. No wonder nobody's getting them. All right, let's get a closer look. Yeah, you see those blue and orange pieces? They're actually a lot bigger than they look on camera, but I just can't get in. Yeah, it's too thick. Foiled again. I mean, look at this, getting stuck on my paddle. What in the world is this thing? Sticking up out of the water. This is suspicious. Oh yeah, look at that. Woo! Now that's a find. Oh, jeez. Oh yeah, look at that. That is a kayak beach clean reclamation haul right there. Oh yeah, old fishing rod. Very nice. That is really cool to find, just sticking up out of the middle of this part of the harbor, just in the muck. And that's just all pretty much plastic. So that's really good to get. You know, I'm finding it's really not a bad strategy to just kind of balance stuff on the front of the kayak and weigh it down with other trash. I'm sure that would get more complicated as I get more and more, but for now it works, and it's making me think maybe it would be a really cool idea to rig a basket on the back or something on the side that I could just tow along, which might make it a bit harder to do paddling, but it's probably better than just having a bag at my feet. I don't know though. It's interesting to think about. Yeah, I don't know if you can see over there, but there's like broken buckets, cups, stuff that I'm gonna try to get. Never mind, that's too shallow. Oh, we gotta try to not get stuck here instead. Oh, this is not good. Oh, this is not good at all. Oh, not good, not good. Good content. But not good for kayaking. Oh, yeah, see, this is what I was talking about. Especially where this live greenery is. It's really hard to paddle through. That stuff's not gonna happen. Yeah, part of the challenge is getting close enough to some of this that you can still reach it, but you don't drift into these really shallow shallows. There we go. Another little bottle. Oh man, I would love to get into this. Oh, got fun and games now. Free frisbee. Oh. So, despite the fact that this is going way better than I expected, the bug situation out here is getting really gnarly. So, I'm gonna finish this loop and probably head back because the thunderstorm situation, it might not look like it, but I see some really dark clouds and what looks like rain in the distance, and I do not want to be caught in that for 1 minute. So let's see if we find anything else on our way, but finish this loop back. A bit of a pool noodle on our way back. That's not bad. Floating by. We didn't get a ton of stuff, like I said. You can see here, we got the frisbee, obviously our fishing pole, some bags, just cups and stuff. But yeah, I mean, this isn't nothing. And like I said, these bigger pieces really add up in terms of the total tonnage of plastic, right? The total amount, like these fishing rods and stuff, or, you know, this frisbee that becomes a million bits of microplastics that you wind up picking up on the beach. So still good to get for all those reasons. And yeah, like I said, this was definitely an interesting experience. I definitely feel like I have some new ideas when I come out next time. And I know some people on social media who do some kayak like beach cleaning too. So shout out to them, and I'm gonna reach out to them for more ideas for sure, because this was actually a lot of fun. And I'm already in my head have the wheels turning. There's a spot nearby me that I don't know how to get to. There's no road access, and it's across the harbor, it's across from the harbor where I live. So I've always wanted to try to get to that spot, and I know I can with this kayak. So maybe we'll do that next week, or certainly in the coming week. So if you like this kind of demented adventuring, then you've come to the right place. So please subscribe, share, all that great stuff, especially if you know other people who are into this type of stuff, whether kayaking or beach cleaning, because they might have ideas too, and that's always great to hear. So yeah, thanks again for joining me on this madness, and we'll be back probably next week with a new adventure along these lines. So until then, stay safe out there, be well, clean well, and hope to see you then.